Like, they really shitted on this film. Like, it was horrible. They did not execute things well at all. They really Tyler Perry'd this movie. I said what I said. Tuning into my YouTube channel, #Movie Bae. I am Movie Bae, and in this video we are going to be discussing Lifetime's newest biopic over Salt N Pepa. Let's get into it. A lot of reviews I've been seeing on YouTube are done by fans or music enthusiasts, and I'm more of a film enthusiast. So this video is going to be about the production of the actual biopic, because who am I to tell somebody that their life story is boring or it sucks or whatever. I'm here to critique the actual film and the execution of. So the newest biopic over Salt N Pepa will cover the most dynamic female group in history, in hip-hop's history, and it is executive produced by Salt N Pepa as well as Queen Latifah and directed by Mario Van Peebles. Cheryl Salt James is being played by Gigi Townsend, and Sandra Peppa Denton is being played by Leila Odom. I hope I pronounced her name correctly. Probably didn't. So what I'm going to start with in this review is going to be the actors. Gigi Townsend and Leila Odom, they did very well. I looked at their IMDb. They have worked before, mostly TV, but they did really good, especially Odom playing Peppa. I really feel like she captured Peppa. She probably was a little more tame than what Pep actually is, but she did good to not be over the top unbearable, but still give that essence of Pep. And Salt is a more reserved individual, so I feel like Gigi Townsend did a great job capturing her essence as well. The movie jumps right into it. It starts off by how Salt and Peppa met at their community college, and Salt got Pep on at her job. Salt's boyfriend slash manager Herb wanted her to record a diss track for Dougie Fresh so they can blow up, basically. That was literally in the first 5 minutes of the movie. That was literally in the first 5 minutes of the movie, and I had an issue with that because it was going so fast. Now, after watching interviews with Salt and Pep, they explained how it is hard to capture 35 years of your life into a 2-hour film. So Lifetime gave them an extra hour, so it's now a 3-hour film with commercials, Jesus, in order to thoroughly explain what they wanted to explain in their biopic. How they met and how they got started. That literally was the first 5 minutes, and I felt that it was very rushed and it was very choppy, and I feel like they could have taken their time on that, because I feel like that's really what the fans want to know. I don't know, because I'm a millennial and I'm a Salt and Peppa fan, but I didn't know their whole backstory, right? So that's something I was intrigued about. Okay, they met at school, they worked together, and I just feel like it just happened so fast. I felt like there were better ways to execute their story. I'm not gonna blame Salt and Peppa because they're in the music industry, not the movie industry. I'm gonna blame the people who need to be blamed. I'm blaming Lifetime, I'm blaming the production, the cinematographer, the editor, the director. I'm blaming them, okay? Because they worked on multiple projects. I looked them all up. They worked on multiple projects, lots of TV, lots of biopics, lots of documentaries. So I feel like this could have been done so much better. The editing was very choppy. They did flesh out, to me, the most important part, how they started rapping, which was very funny. I love seeing how rappers were when they first started, like how they're offbeat or they say things differently or funny, like in the Straight Outta Compton scene with Eazy-E. Like, I love seeing scenes like that. It just makes me laugh. And Pep had a scene where she couldn't ride the beat, so to speak, and it was so funny. So I love seeing scenes like that, and I feel like they did take their time on that portion of the film, which was a good Good job. After watching interviews, Salt N Pepa, they stated that they did not want to dive too much into their personal life, meaning family with kids, with their immediate families. They didn't want to dive too much into that. They kind of wanted to keep it on the track of business, straight Salt and Pepper, and what they dealt with in the industry, more so than what they dealt with personally. I did like how they touched on topics that women in the industry, black women that we face, especially in the black community. It might be taboo to talk about, or it really gets swept under the rug. The instances that I'm talking about is Cheryl's fight with bulimia, and how Pep, this was very brushed by the way, and I hate that they did that, but Pep used to cut herself, or she was about to, meaning like cut herself, and they really brushed by that, and I hate that they did that. It was like one quick scene, and I didn't know if she did it or if she was about to do it. And that's something that I felt like we're gonna bring up these important issues, especially in the black community. You need to focus on that. With that being said, I feel like they focused too much on Cheryl's bulimia, because there were a lot of scenes where she was regurgitating, and it's like, okay, we get it. She's bulimic. She's self-conscious about her weight. Her boyfriend was saying it. With the industry, her image, she wanted to maintain a particular size. She was stress eating, depression eating. I felt like we didn't need to see her throw up more than once. We know it's happening. We didn't have to keep seeing it. So I felt like some things they stayed on too long, and other things they didn't show long enough. Cinematography wise, they did try some, some artistic visions. I saw it. I saw the effort. It wasn't executed well. I'm gonna just say, this whole movie is poorly shot. It is so, I'm trying not to like just go in on it, but it's so poorly shot. There's a green screen where they're at the top of this building in New York, and it's so clear it's a green screen. It's so clear, with fake CGI birds flying across. It looked so fake. It looked so fake. As soon as they panned the camera, I said, oh no. My mom was like, what's wrong? I was like, oh my God. It looked so horrible. It looked horrible. It looked cheap. And then they used that same green screen at least 2 or 3 times. They had this carnival scene where they had a green screen. They had a hot dog booth where there was no hot dog tenant in it. It looked like a piece of cardboard from a student play. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, they really shitted on this film. Like, it was horrible. They did not execute things well at all. They really Tyler Perry'd this movie. I said what I said. And then there was a part where they were at the carnival where Pep met Tretch and they went bungee jumping. And so she's at the top of this thing, and it's like, is she bungee jumping? I didn't see nobody hooking her up, or I didn't see when she fell, I didn't see a string. Like, if you're going to be like, what if you're going to give the illusion that she's about to bungee jump and then it's going to turn to a transition where she's falling into bed? I felt like, go all the way with it. Attach a bungee cord. Like, make it look real. Don't half-ass this. That's why I was like, they tried to be artistic, but they didn't execute it well at all. The love-making scene that she had with, I think it was Tata or Dada or Baba. I couldn't hear, the pronunciation was off to me. They tried things, but it wasn't well executed. I'm a movie critic. Non-movie critics, like my little sister and my dad, they notice these things. So when people with an average eye or with a viewer eye, when they can pick up on these things, it's like, that's how you know the movie's bad, yo. That's how you know the movie's bad. Needless to say, I feel like after watching interviews with Salt and Pep, they covered what they wanted to cover. A lot of people have an issue that Spinderella isn't in the film, or she doesn't have any talking roles, or her story isn't really depicted with the group. And I honestly think it's because the lawsuit that they had, I think like a year ago or 2 years ago, that was just settled. So they probably couldn't put her in the film that much. And I was watching an interview and Pep was like, we can't even really say her name or it's gonna cost us $50,000. So I was like, oh well, that's why I wasn't tripping on, you know, why she ain't saying much, or, you know, why she's not as prominent in the group as we all know she was. For what they wanted to show in their lives, I do feel like it was captured, and it was a good movie. Production wise, film wise, it was trash. And I hate that that happened to them, because I know that they worked on this for a long time, especially Pep. She wanted it for a long time. For a Lifetime biopic, my expectations were here, but because they did so well on Michelet's Surviving Compton, it went up to here. So I was like, this could be good. I was really hopeful. I went in unbiased. I did. I feel like they did want it to go theatrical. I wish it could have, because it would have been, I feel like it would have been on the same level as Straight Outta Compton or Notorious. I feel like it would have been on the level as that if they had went theatrical. Even if they went Netflix route, it would have been better. It would have been better than this Lifetime team they put together, because, not that they put together, the Lifetime team, because no, they did them wrong in that movie. Sorry. Well, that's my review on the Lifetime biopic of Salt N Pepa. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content just like this, and I'll see you next time. It's a date.